Huh. Well, that really seems very, very loud. Check, 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 checkity, check, check, checkity, check, check, checkity, check, check. Hi, guys. Whoa, echo. Hello. I'm calling you to be a musician. Yeah, well, okay. So, hey, guys, this is Mark Black. This is Mark Teaches Music, and this is my improv workshop. Yes, I see there. I have a little thing there. What's going on? So, let's see. I have a signal. I can see signal. Okay, awesome. So you are at my improv workshop. This is session number 34. And there is a link in the description here to get to charts, both the charts of the songs we're doing and scales and patterns. If you're a guitar player, bass player, if you are any C instrument, there's a sheet that says how to improvise in the various keys that we're going to do today. So that link is there in the description. Use that. And if I were you, I'd download those for sure. But if you could, you should print them out. The reason is just you could see it without having to have the screen. Now, conversely, you have a nice big screen. You can put the chart up there. You can put the scale thing there. And you can put my lovely face there. And you'd have it all, wouldn't you? I couldn't get no better than that. Today is the 16th day of May. The 23rd, no, May 2023. And I do indeed want you to have fun and be awesome. So in this improv workshop, for one thing, I talk really fast because I'm trying to get a whole bunch of things in. And I just want to comment, by the way, I talked to two students, for example. They're lurkers, man. Quit lurking. Man, you guys quit lurking. If you just say something, hi, I'm here, or, and ask your questions. My gosh, I had a student the week before who was pretty lost, but all they needed to do is just ask, hey, how does this work? A certain thing they needed to do. They're looking at kind of the thing for the saxophones and flutes and stuff, and not the thing for the guitars. That was a guitar student. So all I'm saying is, communicate with me, and then also I want you to ask your questions. I don't understand that. You said to do this and it's not working. So we're trying to get better at improvising and ad-libbing and making up great melodies. And I believe firmly that you can do that. That's not like something I have to work up an excitement for. So if you're interested in lessons, go to www.dallasmusiclessons.com. And there's information there about lessons and why you should take lessons, why I'm the best teacher to take lessons from. Yeah, and then if you got any questions, you should put them in the chat. Duh. And then if the chat is over, if this live stream's over, send me an email at mark@dallasmusiclessons.com. So we're not just ad-libbing here. We're trying to learn, trying to get better, and that doeth meaneth that I will say stuff. I'll stop and say stuff and say, hey, quit playing with your feet and stuff like that. We're trying to get people to, including myself, and say, hey, I'm having trouble with this. I'm saying I'm having trouble with this, or I'm doing this, and you can try that. So we're trying to learn. So we're getting some ideas. We're trying to get a balance of mostly playing, but some instruction. Some things are kind of beyond the scope. If I start trying to, I would like to explain a lot of things a lot better, but I'm trying to get it so, hey, ad lib, have fun, play these songs, play music. And so I'm just saying, if you guys have thoughts for how to make it better, to that balance of actually doing stuff, making music, and understanding more. I can't quite figure it out. I figured out what we were doing, but I don't know if that's the best thing to do. It's just what we're doing. So if you got a request for a style, or for me to ad lib on an instrument that you haven't seen in a while, or maybe don't know if I play, which is lots and lots and lots of them I do not play, just put it in the comments. Hey, Tom's got eyes. I see that. Eyes on Tom. Tom's got eyes on me. Okay. So, and minus one tooth. And so, anyway, so if you got a request for something, just put it in there. And again, including things like I can't hear the blood running through your veins, or I can hear the blood. It's so loud, anything. So just say stuff. And if you like this, you're supposed to subscribe. You're supposed to hit the bell for subscriptions and or for notifications. And please invite people and get yourself over here every Tuesday and share these links and get people here. And that's the thing to do. Now, here's some guidelines for what we're doing. So I got to say the thing, you need to have the charts in front of you. Now, again, or I said this through the years. So we have people who have amazing ears. They can play without hearing. I mean, without reading a chart, and they just incredible. They get the right key. They're just making those adjustments instantly. We have people that read like a big dog, and they don't even need ears. You know, the fact they come without ears, their brains are so big, and they read so well, and they see the chord chart and they understand what to do. However, those are extremes. Most people are in this very, very large, huge majority, and that is they need to use their ears, they need to use their brains, and they need to be skillful somewhat on their instrument. So it's good to have those charts and stuff in front of you. You're not tied to them, you're just guided a little bit by them. And don't just sit there. What you need to do is jump in and play. Now, if you're just clueless, what you should do is send me a question. Hey, I don't know how to start. And so I'm going to say something like, well, just this song's in the key of C, just play a C, or play a B, or play an E, probably a good note, or a G. Play through the whole thing, see what happens. You know, things like that. But so don't just watch. Get in and play. And play and sing too while it's going on. And shoot your questions in. Don't wait, because they'll help you play right then. And when I'm playing, not because it's amazing, but because you're getting ideas. You may be getting ideas from what I'm doing. You may get negative. Don't do what he did. And you may get ideas yourself, thinking, oh, I meant to do this. Let me do it this time. You're waiting. Here's your turn. And when it is your turn, jump right in. Don't wait. Playing in different styles helps you get thoughts. If you don't like the style of the song we're doing, try to figure out, well, how can I make this better? What would be better? What would be more better? And the same thing for different instruments. Different, it's easy to play so and so on the guitar, hard to play on the trumpet, hard to play on the euphonium, easy to play on the viola. And so those things, hey Jeffrey, and the things that are easy to do on the so and so instrument, you hear somebody do it on the instrument, you go, oh, I hadn't thought about that. Or these things don't flow trippingly from the ocarina, and therefore you're kind of inhibited a little bit. And you hear somebody do that on a different instrument than yours, in which the thing is easy, or a different way of playing it, and you go like, oh, I could try that. It'd be cool. And we want to absorb the changes. So before I say that, let me say, if stuff is hard, this time is a little on the harder side. Both songs have key changes, although they're fully documented in our charts, so you won't be lost. But so what am I saying? I'm just saying that if you go back, there are actually songs here that only have 3 chords, songs that only have, well, actually there's a song or two that only has 1 chord. Like Papa was a rolling stone, my son, yeah. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. But that song is actually not here. But that song is 1 chord. And a marvelous song it is. So, and then I've said this, if you get stuck, you don't know what to do, sing to prime the pump. And I will show you, I wish to show this so everyone is with us along these ideas of having so singing. And I'm talking about you're a vocalist. That's one thing. But I'm saying you're sitting there, you're a guitarist, you're a bass player. You're trying to think, what can I do? So sing a little bit and go, here's the chart. This is the first chart is called, well, let me introduce this chart before it gets going. Here we go. I don't hear nothing. But before, so the first chart's called In Ancient Greece. And so I'm saying, here I am, I'm stuck, I don't know what to do. I just want to talk about the singing thing to prime you instrumentalist ideas. So you can do something, here comes a song, and I don't remember quite it. There we go. Is that loud enough? I think I need to turn my headphones up. Yeah. Yes. So here I am trying to prime my pump on my guitar, so I'm going to go. I'm going to stop that. If I like the way that sounded, I said, well, that was really cool, what I just did. Sang, a little bit of sang here. So that little bit I sang, well, that's really cool to me, you sing and you think that's cool, then find that on your instrument, And then if it's really cool, then you'd want to memorize it. It's like, here's a lick, it's my own little lick. I made it up, it came out of me. Okay, because your voice is much more directly connected with your heart or your head, depending on who you want, how you want to think of that. So let's look at, In Ancient Greece. Now the reason I call this song, I'm fixing it, and I can see I'm having little problems here. Here, I'm trying to fix my little problems. There I am, look at that. That's better. Okay, so here it is. So the reason I call this song in ancient Greece is because it is in. I wrote it to be in Phrygian mode, Phrygian, which we'll talk about in just a second. But a lot of it sounds like it's in Dorian, so Phrygian minor, and a lot of it sounds like I played Dorian minor over it, and it sounded pretty darn good. So those are the modes are named after places in Greece. Phrygia, Doria, Ionia. I'm thinking my modes, not Mixolydia, but Lydia, and places like this. And supposedly, for the Greeks would say, "Oh my God," and they did say, don't play a lot of Dorian songs for your kids because it'll mess them up, and they're all, stuff like that. So, in other words, the scale created a sound that was like the people in that place. So anyway, Phrygian mode, Dorian mode. Now you need to get out the chart that says it's got E minor, E natural, E natural minor, and also the key of C. So now listen, what a crazy day. I'm lucky that I'm standing here in my clothes and in my right mind. But here I am. And so Phrygian minor in this song is an E Phrygian minor. It's the same notes as the key of C. Okay? So that's why there's a C chart there, because these notes. And here, I'm going to let you see here. I'm going to turn around here in a second and play on the piano. But to let you see, here I am playing the C scale. That is in my way. Get out of my way. C scale. Here's our chart. I just want you to hear. This is the C scale, right? C, C. And here I go. I just want you to hear that worked. And that's just the C scale. So E Phrygian. Let me turn that around here back. E Phrygian is the notes of the C scale starting on E, or E as the most important note. So we got this E, this chord progression, and sounds pretty exotic, really, and super cool. So Phrygian. So I'm saying, if you're a guitar player, there's a bunch of things you could do. You could play the third major pattern on the 12th fret, which is on your sheet, something like that. But you just play C scale, everybody. So a C instrument played the C scale, B flat instrument played the D scale, and E flat instrument, yay, alto saxophones rule. Also E flat euphoniums, hat tip, and so they would be what key am I in? They'd be in C sharp minor, the same thing as the E. E scale for E flat, D scale for B flat, G C. Dang, that's wrong. Sorry. Yeah, no, I said it. Anyway, C scale for C instruments for E Phrygian minor, D scale for B flat instruments for F sharp Phrygian minor, and C sharp Apple major for E flat instruments for C sharp Phrygian minor. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so now the thing is when I got in there playing it, and I got in playing it, ad-libbing with it just a little bit, and it seemed to me like, well, my gosh, that really seems to be, there's whole hunks, large hunks, not little tiny places. I would say it seemed to me like the 70% of it could easily sustain Phrygian, Dorian minor. And I'm not trying to sound stupid or by bringing up stuff like that. And the only difference in that is, whether there's an E or an E sharp. I mean, an F or an F sharp, F or F sharp. So if I play it, I'm not going to see the piano now, so you can see the chart. So I'm going to play it here for a minute with the F natural, same. So E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. Notes of the C scale, B flat instruments, notes of the D scale. Here it would sound like this. I'm just using an F natural. there it is with an F natural, and that's Phrygian minor. And that's kind of beyond, not beyond, but too much to kind of say right now. Here it is now, same notes, but with an F sharp. That's Dorian minor, and it would be E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, and obviously for a C instrument, that's a G scale. For a B flat instrument, that'd be notes of the A scale. For the saxophone, that'd be notes of the E scale. But here it is, just with C instruments with C, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E. All right, so here this is F sharp. Now, I realize there's dissonance there with the, because right, I was playing F sharp over an F chord. So what I'm getting at is there's some freedom here, or I did not hear it definitively one way or the other. So all we're saying is the notes, when this is playing, I'm fixing to go over to the piano to get a different shot of me, the front of my face and the keyboard. And I don't have room to put up the chart. But the point is now I want you to jump into this. This is super cool. This is like all your idols. Mix the hypomixolydian mode. So we're playing in a mode. But you're just saying, hey, this is the notes, again, C instruments, it's either the notes of the C scale or it's the notes of the G scale, depending on whether you want to play Phrygian or Dorian minor. Both of those are minors. So I'm switching here and we're going to get going. I'm going to get my little timer on the desk. Come over here so I can time us. And we would spend a good time on this really super cool song. I like it. Okay, you do not have to, I'm playing fast at the moment, this minute, or faster, but you don't have to do that. So let me switch to this view and let me turn around. Okay, let's see how loud this keyboard is. You see the back of my head. How loud is this keyboard? Yeah, that mic is dead. Dead. So I'm going to try to get this mic over here. Scary. I'm scared to death about this. But hey, I'll probably live. Okay. They're going to stay. I hope. Okay, here we go. Got that. And we need this. Let's see how loud this track is. Just checking on the volume of the track. Seems like the key's not quite loud enough. Yeah, just a little bit. All right. Y'all can tell me now. Okay, here I go. We'll start over. And again, y'all can drop in the comments, hey, it's too loud, too soft, I'm trying to get to this mic. So here I am looking at this and I go... Your turn, go. Keep going. Take another whole turn. Just the top again. E minor. E minor. All right, and I'm gonna take it. Your turn. Now, just going to say now to me that is very exciting. It makes me want to play fast. But let's just say that seems really intimidating to you to play really fast, that fast. Of course, there's many people who can play many times faster than I'm playing and can play. You know? So what do you do? Okay, what you do is those are the same notes. Here. You just play slow. So I'm going to go take my turn now. I'm going to play slow. I'm going to start it back over because we kind of got it turned around. I turned this around. We're playing the chorus first and the verse last. So let's make it back to the, well, let's leave it. So anyway, I'm going to play slow. I'm going to play slow. Just gotta keep it going. Your turn. Conversely, you feel like, well, I can play faster than I'm playing, but I don't really know what to play. Well, the first thing, playing faster, every instrument in every key, every single key, there are things physically on that instrument that are easy to play. Physically easy to play. And I'm not talking about 72 notes or even 15 notes. I'm talking about there's like 3 notes right beside each other or something that they're easy to play. You know, they may be lower notes. They may be I'm thinking specifically about what I call the six pentatonic pattern. The inside strings, inside there are strings on a guitar. The inside strings are just, in terms of fingers, they're the fifth, fourth, and third strings, and they are 1 3 1 3 1 3. So that's 6 notes. They're very close together, very the same exact thing. So it's easy to play those fast. So on the piano, for example, I went. Well, that's just a C scale, right? And somebody else played it 100 times faster than me. So on your instrument, you have things that you can play that are fast, that you can do that are fast. And for example, if you can't do anything fast, you can go. So really, what playing fast is about is ruling the world and conquering people. No, really what playing fast is about is creating tension. So other ways to create tension are, for example, to repeat something. Let me just put the track behind us. Let's listen to that. Holding a note creates tension. So again, music is tension and resolution. So normal things like it's okay, but that's what the chords are being played. So anyway, you don't have to play fast. If you want to play fast, find right now while we play, find some things that are easy for you to do and repeat them. And that may be just going. It's okay. So let's go back. And you're first. Here you go. Ready, go. I like that chord there. Keep going, keep going, keep going back up. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Okay. My turn. I'll go. Your turn. Keep going. You got the chorus now. Chorus. There's the F. E minor. Turnaround, right? Okay, my turn. Your turn. And take the chorus with the Fs. Your turn. Chorus. Now I hope you could hear that I was using, so I was going back and forth between F sharp and F. Now the chords are mostly F, E minor, and F. Like that. And so I had several places I didn't like. Whatever I played with an F sharp or an F, it sounded like the wrong thing, and had places where it seemed like both of those were working. So I'm just commenting that. Other thing I wanted to say, if you're a vocalist, again, or you want to be a vocalist, nobody can hear you, right? So you're just playing. So you should be going, you're a vocalist, or you want to be a vocalist, you're going down, I'm gonna go ahead and figure out our way to cool, make it cool. Chorus. Take it, keep going. Because it's going to end soon. I want you to end. Keep going. That's right. Come on now. I think you got one more chorus. Keep going. There's the F. There's the E minor. Yeah. I think it's gonna go ahead. I think it's gonna end though. And is it? Yeah. Wasn't the greatest ending, was it? All right, let me switch this over here. Microphone coolness. This is like supposed to be a secret microphone. You don't even know it's there, right? Okay, so let me switch this picture and let's see here. Okay, so first off, Asioma Angela. I'm sure I said that wrong. I don't know what that means. I appreciate your comment though. And thank you again for that smiling face, Jeffrey. So, okay, so let me change this picture to a non-chart picture. So now I already said this thing about, kind of trying to figure out how much can we say in where what we're really trying to do is get plenty of time to ad-lib. You guys ad-lib, including me. We're all wanting to ad-lib. So it's like how we're going to do that and get a lot of instruction. I haven't quite figured it out. But the primary thing we're doing, we're going between two modes, minor sounds. You notice that song had tension in it. In one sense, it didn't resolve, but it wasn't a heavy-duty non-resolving. It's just sort of I would say a little more exciting than many songs. And then, it was going back and forth between like a Dorian and Phrygian, both minor modes. And the only note that was changing, actually, was the F, and if Nikki is C, whether it was an F natural or an F sharp. So I also wanted to comment that you notice that was and from my standpoint, it was a very dynamic, exciting sound. Certain instruments would have done marvelously just because of the timbre of their instrument. The brass would have done great. Going, just because the sound of the instrument kind of matches what the song's about, So anyway, so that was fun. I enjoyed that a lot, and I hope you did. And all right. So now let's look at our next song. I can't think of anything else to say. We did slow stuff. We did fast stuff. I can't think of any stuff. If you got any other questions or comments about that, please say so. Okay. So now we're going to go to our next song, which is named Top Cat Cool, which is, that TC. Hey, it's pretty darn cool. Top Cat is like pretty much the coolest cat in the whole world. And that was those of you who are older would know that Top Cat was a cartoon character back in I guess it was the 60s. That was daytime cartoons. So this is our song. So let's see what I want to say about this song. Okay, now this song directly goes into E, starts in E major. Now listen, guys, I know some of you are like, B flat instrument, you're in F sharp. At E flat instrument, you're in C. Yes, baby, C. Sharp, sorry, C sharp, 7 sharps. Now, when I was in high school and junior high or high school, and we had C sharp, I found that easier to think of as D flat. Only 5 flats. I don't know why it was easier, but it was. And I'm only saying that if D flat, if one guy plays the D flat scale with 5 flats, and another guy plays the C sharp scale with 7 sharps, they're exactly the same. They play note for note, D flat, C sharp, like that. So saxophones, alto saxophones, if you want to play in D flat, it's going to be the same thing. D flat major, D flat blues, major blues, D flat pentatonic. But this song goes from, going back to our key of C. It's going in E, directly to E, and then directly to E minor. So that's two different scales, two different keys, and the E minor is the same thing as, more or less the same thing as the G scale with one sharp, and again, saying for C. So let's listen to this. Here's the chart in front of you. There's a chart in front of you. Piece of bed. While I hit this, let's see where to go. There's top cat. Cool. All right. And I want to see this. Where is it? Somewhere around here. Here it is. Okay, this is a funk piece or a disco. A. I want to remind everybody, we're trying to absorb those changes. When that comes around in the song, it's not your left math brain. That's an A. That's an A major 7. We want your right music color brain going. Here comes that sound. I'm looking for that sound. And of course, if we play the song more, as we play the song more, you'll get that. There's the C diminished back to E. This is the third line on the chart. Here's the translation. Now we're in E minor. Yeah. Woo! The Soul Train. And here's our turnaround. Go back to top. Hear it? Top. Back to E. So we like, most songs have turnaround. Now, again, most of the things that people do in songs that somebody might say, oh, that's stereotypical or that's so predictable or what are these things, they're that way because of, you know what, the audience, the people who pay money. And that includes you when you're in the audience, is that we want certain things. We want home bases. We want some places where we can rest in a song as well as some places we're challenged. So anyway, that turnaround, da-da-da-da-bum. We want the things going, hey, we're going back to the top, get ready, here we go. Now we're at the top. Okay, so just think about that. That includes your solo. A great solo, the world's greatest solo, will have portions of excitement and some portions of not predictable, boring, but predictable, like, oh, you know, hey, I know where we are now. Okay, here comes the duck. These will be ducks, followed by ducks. Okay, ducks. Okay, so now we're going to play this, and let's see what we get. I'm playing the flute. Here's just a flute here, right here, in case you're wondering what this is. Oh, I lost my title. Oh, there we go. Top cat cool. Starting at the top. And E major, and then E minor. Gotta turn this down, I think. A little too much. Notes of the E scale. Every single note set right there. You can just play an E major scale. If you're B flat instrument, you can play an F sharp major scale very slowly. Here comes the E minor part. Same notes as the G scale. Hey, yeah. Come on, man, play it. Don't back off. Okay, my turn. And so I wanted to comment. So get different things to learn. Now we just talked about tension and resolution. We talked earlier on the present song. We talked lots of different ways to create tension. One is faster, and everybody feels like you got to play fast, but you don't. You have to increase tension and release tension. And you can do that by wrong notes. You can do that by playing the same note quickly, by playing a little 4-note, 3-note, 2-note phrase that you can play easily, quickly. You're just trying to create tension, and of course, a masterful player will do all those things. Okay, so here, this song. So now I'm talking about the idea that I wish I could remember what it was. What was it? It was that. I don't remember. I guess I'm just gonna. Well, I'm gonna play, and then we'll see what happens. Do it again. Maybe I'll think of it in a second. I know I will. I wonder what it was. Is it my turn? Oh, I know what it was. It was as a song is sophisticated. Now I don't like that word because it's I want to be sophisticated. No, I don't want to be sophisticated, man. I just want to smoke my cigar, drink beer. So, it's like so complicated, thoughtful. The song is thoughtful. It's going to lean towards 7-note scales. The modes, harmonic minor, melodic minor, major, Ionian, Phrygian, Lydian, mixed Lydian are their major scales. 7-note scales. They sound thoughtful. They have more notes. That's why they sound thoughtful. And then when a song seems more direct, it would use typically the pentatonic, or the blues. Now, to me, the first part of this song sounds a little bit sophisticated, where we can use the full 7-note E major scale. With the blues and the pentatonic thrown in. I want you to think of that like 7-note sophisticated sound, a little, and again, maybe there's a better word, somewhat sophisticated sound, and then a 5-note and 6-note blues and pentatonic thrown in to get a little punchy. But when it gets to the minor part, to me it seems pretty pentatonic and bluesy, pretty straightforward. Like, yeah, rocking out now. So it's my turn, and I'm going to take this, and I'm going to use the major scale. It's over. This is Major. That was the major scale. Now, pentatonic. Blue note. Your turn. Here comes the E minor part. 2, E minor, and. Woo! Okay, I'm gonna stop now. I hate to do this. I hate to do this to you. I hate to stop and turn that off. It's super cool. You know, we always have to say things like, well, you know, okay, what are we, back in the 70s? Yeah, I guess we were. But it was cool. You know, that was cool, exciting stuff to me. Fun to do. I thought it was interesting, the mix of E major and E minor. And just by the way, you remember we're talking about the things about how to do things in harder keys, or when I said, you know, there's some notes in every key that are easy to play. And so, you know, when the key gets hard and it gets harder to play, you would change what you play. Now, again, I was watching Larry Carlton today. I said, Larry. No, I was watching him on Rick Beato. I said, Rick. No, I didn't say I just watched him. And so I'm saying, for Larry Carlton, you know, what is difficult to Larry Carlton is a little different than what is difficult to me. So anyway, so when it's difficult to you on a changing scale as you get better, continuing, what you can play still a great solo. You just change what it is that you're trying to do. So that is, instead of trying to, you know, I'm trying to play this C sharp scale just like I play the C scale. If you can do that, awesome, and we should aspire to that and try to do that. But if you can't, then you would do something different, as in you would take a smaller set of notes in that key and make them sound great, instead of trying to run the whole range of the instrument, because let's say you can't play that well. Okay, now we're done with our improvisation workshop. We're going to the play and sing questions. Now listen, you guys need to ask me questions about anything. I do not care, as long as it's music related. Could even be art, but we can stay with music. I'm super fine with that. Yeah, super fine with music, super fine with art. I'm going to turn it off right there, make it a little different. Yep. That's me right there. Okay, so we're going to our to play and sing our questions. So let me just think. Yeah. So if you have any questions about improvisation, you can ask those now. And if you miss this, this thing, and you get to this live stream later when it's not on, just send me an email at mark@dallasmusiclessons.com, and I like to answer questions. So I'm looking at our questions, and here's one. Okay, a vocalist asked me this today. Okay, so here's the question. I'm singing and I'm running out of breath. Okay, well, here's this is a fairly long answered question. But it's very straightforward. And so the basic thing is, okay, so a lot of vocalists say this. Now, not me as a teacher, but a lot of people will be, my teacher and I are working on breathing. This is a little side thing. I'm saying that it could be that I'm running out of breath, like working on breath support. I'm working on. They could mean I'm running out of breath and I can't sing my songs. They could also mean I'm not supporting. I'm singing like instead of and so I'm just commenting on that. But let's say you're running out of breath. You're trying to sing a line and you run out of breath at the end of it, or before it's time to. So the first thing you need to realize, and habits. Personalities are very important in learning, that you understand the areas that you are weak in, that perhaps you're lazy or perhaps you're unorganized, and that kind of stuff. That goes for me too. And another thing that's very important is understanding the power, both for negative and good, of habit. So listen, you spend, I don't know, somebody surely knows how many times you breathe in and out in a day. So let's just call it 100,000 times. 100,000 times a day, you breathe in and you breathe out. So that's a total habit. And if you're going to make any changes to that habit, it's hard to do because you have this humongous amount of time in which you just breathe in. And let me say how we breathe in life. This is the capacity of our lungs. There we go. Get my lungs. There's my lung capacity, what I possibly could get in. And in life, when we're just going through the day, we breathe in about half of what we could, and we push out, we don't even push out any, but the weight of our lungs squeezes out about a half of that. So we're working with a half to a quarter of our capacity as a total habit, as a total day after day after day. That's the way I do it. When we talk, and you're talking to people, you're not supporting from the diaphragm. Like I said, the weight of your chest and that is pushing enough air out that I'm just talking, and you hear somebody talking like this, you say, hey, quit straining, relax, man. So, and we don't talk to people like, hey, so how was your day? What's going on? That's supporting. We don't do that, and we shouldn't do that. We'd be wrong to do that. It's like, what do you do? What is wrong with you, boy? So anyway, so I'm saying we have this habit of again, breathing in a half of what is possible. There's all this down here we don't use, and then pushing out or letting out only a half of that. And so we breathe in. From a singer standpoint, when we don't need to, we and that kind of stuff. So what we need to do is learn how to fill. There's 3 things, perhaps 4 things we need to do. Number 1, we need to learn to fill up. We need to push it all out. Sometimes it is very rare, unless you're in very complicated music, typically classical music for the vocalist, where you really, truly, you're just amazing on your breath support, just amazing on how much air you pull in. In classical music, there'd be places, and I guess for a wind instrument player where you're running out, I'm saying hard places, where you do need to figure out where to breathe. This is the third thing, figuring out where to breathe. And then an emergency breaths. Okay, so let's look at each of those. So the first thing is, so we're going to learn to breathe in our full capacity. So I want you to listen to me breathe all in as full as I can. I'm going to breathe in. Okay, now what I want us to do, that was me getting all the air I could possibly get in. Okay, now I'm just showing you that. Imagine that he filled up with it. So what I want us to do right now, I want you to breathe in, but I do not want you to breathe out until I tell you. So we're going to breathe in several times in a row. So we're going to breathe in, but we're not going to breathe out. So don't worry, I won't leave you hanging. So here we go. Get ready. Take it. Okay, and I want you to breathe in, and breathe again, and breathe in again, and breathe in again. Okay, let it go. Okay, now if you practice and work on it, you will be able to get as much air in one breath as you could in all 4 of those breaths. And I'm telling you, it's just habit to breathe in like that. That was about, I'd say, 60% of my capacity. That would be a big breath for just sitting around in the office, So we would practice breathing in. Let's try to get all we can get in one breath. Here we go. All right, let it go. Just try to push some of that air out. One more time. We'll breathe in real big. Here we go. Go. And you're trying to get in as much air as you can. You're trying to get the awareness. Hey, I could get a lot more air in. I could get a lot more air in. Okay, now So the second thing is pushing all the air out. Now, as you know, where's my pipe? As you know, oxygen is only a third of the air that we breathe. So when you are breathing, you want to breathe in a long time before you need to as a singer. The gas that we live in, only a third of it, I think it's less actually, is oxygen that we live on, that we need. So the point is, you're going to want to breathe in again a long time before you really need to. So let's make this sound. And we're going to breathe in. Here's the sound we're going to make. We're going to take a big breath, and see, and push all that air out. You're going to take a big breath and push. Now, when you're singing, the resistance of your vocal cords is what you're pushing against. If you just breathe out right now without singing, you just go, the air just goes, it's gone. There's nothing stopping it. When you sing or talk, your vocal cords are stopping that push. And so we replicate that by going, tss, tss, tss. Let's do that again. Big breath and tss, tss. So what we're going to do now some of you may be getting lightheaded, so just relax a second. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take the biggest breath we can, and we're going to see who can sing the longest. Now I'm going to sing some We're going to take a big breath, see who can hold that note the longest. And so we got to work to get air in and push to get air out. So here's a big breath. Ready? Breathe in and go. Gone a little bit longer, but the last third of that, my gosh, I want to breathe and breathe and breathe. It's like, my goodness, no oxygen in that air. So what I'm saying, that was really long. I was looking at my watch because I was trying to time it, but hey, it's not. What's up with that? So anyway, no watch. So I don't know how long it was. So anyway, you can work on breathing air in as much as you can, pushing all the air out. To make a note long like that, we have to push air, keep pushing. And that feeling, tightening of the diaphragm, pushing the air out. Now I'm going to stop on that because I need to get to our last question. But there's other things we can do about learning to breathe. But those are, for most people, that is enough that you learn how to get all the air in and push all the air out. Okay, let's see the last. Okay, I got two questions. To the last two questions there. Okay, so what chord? Here's this great question. What chord does a piano play when you drop it down a mine shaft? You drop a piano down a mine shaft, and it plays a chord when it hits the bottom. What is that chord? You drop a piano down a mine shaft, and it plays A flat minor when it hits the ground. A flat minor. Drop it down a mine shaft, and it plays A flat minor. Okay, now, what chord does the piano play when you drop it on an army base? Like if a plane was to fall off and drop a piano on an army base, what chord does that piano play? So you drop a piano on an army base, it plays A flat major. Yep, you drop a piano on an army base and it plays A flat major. Okay. Now you need to remember that. Okay, I'm Mark Black. This is Mark Teaches Music. This was first our improv workshop, and now this is the to play and sing our Q&A. And listen, if you have any questions, send me an email since this is over. If you're interested in lessons, go to www.dallasmusiclessons.com, and there's information there about taking lessons and me and stuff. And then, like I said, if you got questions, just send it to send it to Mark at Dallas Music Lessons. So as always, I really do.